The airport once again became a silent witness to a moment that not only thrilled the media cameras, but also the hearts of millions of soldiers around the world. BTS's Jungkook and Taehyung's departure for Dubai is no ordinary trip. Behind the seemingly simple footsteps, there are emotions, hopes, and bonds that make fans believe in one thing again. BTS will always be BTS, no matter the time and circumstances. An airport that turns into a sea of emotions. Since the morning, the airport has been filled with a different aura. Not only because of the presence of two global superstars, but because of the emotional atmosphere that is difficult to describe in words. Jungkook and Taehyung appear with casual, calm faces, but their eyes speak much louder than a visible smile. The army that followed through on photos, videos, and social media broadcasts instantly sensed something other. There were no exaggerated gestures, no long words, but the brief gaze that intertwined between Jungkook and Taehyung became the center of the world's attention. The look that stops time. In one of the viral footage, Taehyung is seen turning his head towards Jungkook. The gaze is gentle, full of meaning, as if silently conveying thousands of words. Jungkook replied with a calm expression, a slight smile, but the look in his eyes was deep, a mixture of warmth, trust, and an unwavering bond. For ARMY, this moment feels like a reminder of the past, a time when BTS stood together at the beginning of their careers, sharing dreams, fears, and hopes. The gaze is not just an interaction of two friends, but a symbol of the long journey they have traveled together. ARMY reaction: tears, emotion, and new beliefs. It didn't take long before social media was filled with emotional reactions. Many soldiers admitted to crying involuntarily just because they saw one piece of video lasting several seconds. Comments such as, "I feel like BTS is still intact, their looks make me believe again, and this is why I fell in love with BTS," flooded various platforms. Some fans even referred to this moment as emotional healing, especially after a long period of uncertainty, individual activities, and physical distance that had made some of the ARMY feel like they were missing out on BTS's company. More than just a trip to Dubai. The trip to Dubai itself has kept a lot of speculation. Is this a global project? Special appearance? Exclusive photo shoot? But for the ARMY, the main focus is precisely not on the goal, but on the way they walk together towards the future. Jungkook and Taehyung look in tune, almost parallel steps, the same rhythm, and body language that suggests comfort. All of which reinforces the belief that even though BTS is now in their individual phases, the bond between them remains intact and strong. Jungkook and Taehyung's never-ending bond. As two members who are known to have a close relationship, Jungkook and Taehyung often show natural chemistry, both on stage and behind the scenes. But this moment at the airport felt different. Not made for the camera, not directed, and that's precisely what makes it feel so real. The look was like saying, "I'm here," without needing to be spoken. For ARMY, this is proof that their relationship is not just fan service, but a friendship built from years of real experience. Symbol of hope for the future BTS. Amid the many rumors, speculations, and narratives that often break the focus of fans, this moment comes as a tranquilizer. Many of the ARMY members said they felt reassured, confident that BTS would be back together in their own way, at the right time. Jungkook and Taehyung's gazes at the airport on their way to Dubai are symbolic that no matter what happens, the trust, togetherness, and mutual understanding between BTS members is never lost. The world's media is watching. Not only fans, international media also highlighted this moment. Some outlets called it the most emotional departure of the year, while others emphasized how one small interaction was able to create a wave of global reaction. This once again proves BTS's strength, that even without a grand stage or a big concert, their mere presence is enough to rock the world. Why is this moment so meaningful? The answer is simple: because of authenticity. In an era where everything can be engineered, Jungkook and Taehyung's moments feel honest. The gaze was not trying to go viral, but instead went viral for its sincerity. For ARMY, it's a reminder of why they loved BTS in the first place. Not just because of the music, but because of the human connection, the real emotion, and the bond that feels genuine. Emotional resonance that does not go away after the airport. Interestingly, the effects of Jungkook and Taehyung's moment at the airport don't stop on the day of departure alone. Hours after the video and photos went viral, the ARMY discussion deepened. Many fans began to dissect every little detail, from the direction the eyes looked, to the pauses in the footsteps, to the way the two stood side by side. Not to seek sensations, but rather to understand the feeling they feel together. Some ARMY even claimed to reopen old BTS videos, comparing Jungkook and Taehyung's interactions in trainee days, early debut, to now. From there, one conclusion emerges unambiguously. Their closeness never changes, only matures. Jungkook and Taehyung. Mature, calm, and confident. If in the past their interactions were often filled with loose laughter and typical mischief of young people, now what is seen is calmness. Their gazes at the airport were no longer about euphoria, but conviction. The belief that they have gone through a lot together and will keep going, no matter what form the journey takes. For ARMY, who has grown up with BTS over the years, this change feels very emotional. Not only do they see their favorite idols, but they also see human beings who grow, learn, and take care of each other. ARMY and a sense of belonging that never goes away. This moment also shows how strong the two-way relationship between BTS and ARMY is. Many fans wrote that they felt embraced from afar just by seeing Jungkook and Taehyung together. There is a sense of security that is difficult to explain, as if all worries about the future of BTS are slowly melting away. ARMY does not ask for big promises. Do not demand an official statement. Simply with a small presence and togetherness like this, they already feel reassured. BTS in the eyes of the world. Silent but talk a lot. In the entertainment industry that is full of statements and clarifications, BTS often chooses silence. But it is precisely in silence that their message feels most powerful. Jungkook and Taehyung's gazes at the airport serve as a vivid example of how nonverbal language can be louder than words. Without press conferences, without long captions, the world keeps hearing. And ARMY, who understands BTS best, captured that message with an open heart. Dubai as backdrop, togetherness as core. Dubai may only be a destination point, but for the ARMY, the airport is a real emotional stage. That's where hope, and trust meet. It was there that Jungkook and Taehyung unknowingly gave such a huge emotional gift. This trip may be related to a specific job, project, or agenda. But the most impression is precisely the way they set off, together in harmony and understanding each other. When one moment strengthens millions of hearts. It would not be an exaggeration if many ARMY called this moment as a reminder of why we survived. In the midst of a rapidly changing world, BTS, through Jungkook and Taehyung's simple interactions, brings a sense of consistency and warmth. One look, one step together. But its impact reaches millions of hearts in different parts of the world. Affirmation without promise. What makes this moment so powerful is the absence of explicit promises. No, we'll be back soon words, no big statements. Yet that is precisely its strength. A naturally born trust is always stronger than a spoken promise. Jungkook and Taehyung aren't trying to convince anyone. They just become themselves. And that's more than enough. Epilogue, small moments, eternal meaning. Later, when BTS returns to a complete stand on stage, many ARMY will remember this moment. Airport. Short gaze. Travel to Dubai. A small snippet of a long, meaningful story. Because for ARMY, the most emotional moments do not always happen at grandiose concerts. Sometimes he is present in silence, in the gaze, and in a togetherness that does not need to be explained. And that day, Jungkook and Taehyung have reminded the world that BTS is still and will always be home to ARMY. Purple Heart. Closing, a look that will always be remembered. Perhaps for some, this is just a fleeting glance at the airport. But for the ARMY, that moment will live on in memory. A small moment that carries great meaning. A reminder that BTS is not just about 7 names, but about a sense of trust, togetherness, and a shared journey. Jungkook and Taehyung's departure for Dubai is over, but the emotions they left behind still resonate. And for armies around the world, one thing is now clearer than ever. Believing in BTS is not a mistake, it is a decision of the heart.